Good afternoon to your race fans and welcome you to race.
Drivers, start your engines!
And your starting grid will appear at the top of your screen. Matt Kenseth in the 20 will start on the pole for the second time in 2016. 2 is outside, the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Ryan Newman, Kyle Larson, 2 drivers who had great qualifying runs on Friday. They'll be 3rd and 4th, and behind them is 17 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. On the outside, Brad Keselowski dominated yesterday's Xfinity race only to get wrecked with 6 laps to go. Can he get some redemption here today? He'll start 6th. Then you have a lot of Joe Gibbs Toyotas back here, Carl Edwards and Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, and in the middle of those Gibbs cars, Greg Biffle in the 16. Paul Menard, Clint Bowyer on row 6, and your most recent winner, Jimmy Johnson, coming off his 2nd win of the year, and Johnson the 5th driver to lock up a spot in the chase, joining the Penske teammates of Logano and Keselowski and the Stewart-Haas teammates of Harvick and Kurt Busch. Kenseth trying to lock a spot in the chase, Harvick trying to deny, coming out, turn number 4. The green flag waves and we are underway here from New Hampshire. Matt Kenseth and Kevin Harvick side by side as they enter turn number 1, and Ryan Newman spun his tires. That allowed Kyle Larson to get to the bottom of the track to get 2nd away from the 4th Kevin Harvick. Making the way out of turn number 2 now. Down the back straight away they go. Newman 4th. Battle for 5th continues. And we have a wreck in the back. Tony Stewart spins down the track. And a big pile up back here. Austin Dillon spun up the track and collected the 29. Brian Scott, Elliott Sadler, Alex Bowman, Michael McDowell. Cars had a brake check just to keep from running into other drivers. And a lot of cars went spinning off turn number 2. On just lap number 1. And we got more trouble. Kurt Busch in the outside wall down here in turn 1. They were like 3 wide for no reason on the yellow, and looks like maybe either Johnson for the 15 and Brian Vickers made some contact with Kurt Busch. And let's go back and see how this got started here off turn number 4. And it's going to be the 13 of Casey Mears. Now, Mears and Dillon are pretty much teammates. They both have an alliance with RCR, Germain Racing, RCR, and Mears is going to turn Dillon off turn 2, and Dillon is going to collect, or there goes Stewart, Logano, and Almirola. Somehow they got, somehow they made contact and spun out, but 2 drivers just trying to get through, and there's McDowell, Annette, Moffitt, Dillon, Landon Castle, DiBenedetto. And then coming off turn 2, right ahead of them, the 43 of Almirola, 22 Logano, 14 of Stewart, and Vickers. They're going to turn Stewart down into Almirola, and they'll also take out the 22 of Joey Logano, who slides in the grass, but does a nice job to keep his auto treated forward off the inside wall, and he will drive away. And as we are under yellow, Matt Kenseth won the battle to the line. He'll be in front of Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, Ryan Newman, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Your top 5, Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin, Carl Edwards, Kyle Busch, and Greg Biffle, your top 10 at New Hampshire. We are back live here at New Hampshire, getting ready for the restart. In 2 weeks, race number 20 in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series will occur at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the running of the Brickyard 400. That'll be in 2 weeks, same weekend as the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series will return to the Indy Short Track Lucas Oil Raceway for a return there. That'll be in 2 weeks. The next race on this channel will be the Mud Summer Classic 150 from Eldora. We will have qualifying, heat races, LCQ, in the main event, all on this channel. That'll be next Wednesday as we're back underway. Top 3 got a pretty good jump again, but Ryan Newman just not really up to speed like the top 3. And here comes that 2 of Brad Keselowski on the inside of Stenhouse. And making their way out of turn number 2 again, down the back straightaway they go. 2 and 3 wide back here. AJ Allmendinger trying to come out through the middle. That's Landon Castle on the bottom. Matt DiBenedetto up top. And making their way out of turn 4. And we have more trouble. Kurt Busch spins, and there's going to be another big pile up. And Vickers, Landon Castle, Jamie McMurray. And we're back on the yellow just a lap after we get back going. And it is a big wreck here off turn number 4. And Something we've seen all weekend long is there's the 41 upside down. Something we've seen all weekend long is getting out of the corner as Kenseth will win the battle to the line again. Getting off the corner, we've been seeing drivers get into the left rear corner panel of the car in front of them, turning them down the track, but that car always comes back up the track to collect more cars, and that's what we pretty much just saw right there with Kurt Busch. And this is a little bit more of a bigger wreck than what we saw on lap 1. And we're going to go back here. I'm not quite sure where it really starts, but I'm sure the 41 is somewhere near the start of it. I believe the 15 may end up turning another Stewart-Haas car. That's going to be the 41 of Kurt Busch. And Brian Vickers gets involved. Johnson, nowhere to go from McMurray, Logano, Landon Castle, Elliott Sadler. Look at this. I mean, Austin Dillon, Michael Annett, Landon Castle, Brian Scott, Joey Logano, Reed Sorensen, Sadler upside down on the wall, and Kurt Busch, 41. And this is, you know, you talk about the points not long ago as Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch are coming down pit road under yellow. Not quite sure why they're coming down pit lane, but it's kind of weird. But, you know, we've been talking about the points and how the point leader after the regular season, after race 26 at Richmond, how that point leader will get an automatic pass through round 1 of the chase. Right now, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, they're separated by 6 points. And now Logano could be done for the day. Hamlin and Busch, or not Busch, but Hamlin, having trouble right now. Had to come down pit road. And so expect a lot of cars out of the race when we come back here to New Hampshire. We're back live here at New Hampshire, just a couple of laps away from halfway in the race. And we have 8 cars that have taken their course behind the wall. Joey Gase, Michael McDowell, Austin Dillon, Landon Castle, Ryan Preece, Sadler, McMurray, and Brian Vickers. The 41 of Kurt Busch, despite going upside down, he's been listed 1 lap down in the 41. There he is, running in 35th place. The 5 of Casey Kane is also taking his car behind the wall with a clutch issue on the 5. So I don't believe he was involved in that wreck, but he's done it for the day as well. He'll finish 35th. And, you know, we're talking about the points with Logano, Hamlin, and Harvick. Again, the points also matter with the in the chase with guys like Martin Truex, Carl Edwards, Kyle Busch, and Jamie McMurray. Now, those are the 4 drivers who would currently make the chase on points, but with McMurray out of the race, with Kyle Busch in the back, along with Truex, and Kyle Larson up front, this could be a big day for Kyle Larson. Should he not screw it up? That's pretty much what it'll be. And here he goes, trying to get the lead away from the 20 of Matt Kenseth. What could this be? His first career win? Could it happen here today? Coming down, I've turned number 4. They're 4 wide again. And Larson still on the inside lane. Kenseth up top. Kevin Harvick trying to find which lane, which driver he should follow. And can Larson clear Kenseth? Ryan Newman sits 4th, and how about the run by Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Brad Keselowski, Regan Smith, Chase Elliott, Carl Edwards, and David Reagan back here trying to make it 3 off to get inside the top 10, and they're still side by side for the lead. And Kurt Busch has wrecked back here. The 41 again, wrecking, but no yellow, and Larson is so close to clearing the 20 of Kenseth. Maybe should the 4 of Harvick get behind that 42, 2 Chevrolets team up and gang up on this 20, the Toyota Matt Kenseth. And now Harvick trying to get into a 3rd lane on the outside line. They make the way to turn number 4. But they are driving away from these guys back here. Ryan Newman, Regan Smith, Chase Elliott on the move, Trevor Bayne, David Reagan. They're all coming to the front. Having great runs right now inside the top 5 and 10. Kyle Larson on the inside. Matt Kenseth up top. Larson's not backing down, but neither is that 20 of Kenseth. Larson has to back out early, but he's able to pick the throttle off just a tad sooner. But Matt's able to get that momentum wound up on the outside line coming off the corner. And now move Regan Smith up to 4th. Chase Elliott in 5th. Newman 6th. Stenhouse, Bain, Reagan, and Ryan Blaney. And Bain's was about to wreck his teammate 17. Now right up ahead of them is the 41 of Kurt Busch running 34th. He wrecked about a lap or two after we went green. No caution came out, and we're still side by side coming to 10 to go. That 4 of Kevin Harvick is really helping that 20 of Matt Kenseth. If Larson would get behind, or if Harvick get behind Larson, I think they could really both go by that 20 of Matt. But Harvick was trying to help the 20 car of Kenseth. And now Regan Smith 4th and Chase Elliott in 5th. Ryan Newman, Ryan Blaney, Trevor Bain, Ricky Stenhouse, and David Reagan, Casey Mears, Allmendinger, Edwards, Biffle, Keselowski, Allgaier. Kyle Busch now trying to get up into 18th or 17th. I totally forgot. But this could be a pretty good rebound for Kyle Busch. We're back on the yellow now. This time involving I don't even know who it was, but caution's back out. Might be from Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88. But we are on the yellow again. And this will stack up, that'll stack up the field again for the final, what will most likely be the final restart, at least of scheduled distance. And let's find out when the yellow came out. At this point, it's on the yellow, so. It might be Paul Menard and Clint Boyer. Yeah, here we are. Down the backstretch, Kyle Busch on the back bumper of Paul Menard, and Busch a little bit quicker than Menard, a little bit too antsy, too impatient, and he's going to end up getting into Menard to get into Clint Boyer. And Boyer spins up the track into the outside wall. They're both running inside the top 20, and Kyle Busch and Johnson, Michael Annett, Almirola, they're all going to go by. It's a tough break for Clint Boyer and Paul Menard. But now Larson will have another chance on this restart to get by the 20. We are going back green here with 5 laps remaining at New Hampshire for race leader Matt Kenseth, Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, Regan Smith, and Chase Elliott. Ryan Newman, Ryan Blaney, Trevor Bain, David Reagan, and Ricky Stenhouse your top 10. Followed by Casey Mears, AJ Allmendinger, Carl Edwards, Greg Biffle, Brad Keselowski, Allgaier, Kyle Busch, Stewart Johnson, and Eric Almirola. 5 to go. 34 cars on track, 33 on the lead lap, and out of turn number 4, here we go, 5 to go for Matt Kenseth. Now, 4th place battle, here comes that 24 of Chase Elliott on the inside of Regan Smith. And Kenseth got a pretty good jump there on that restart. How about Trevor Bain, Ryan Blaney through the middle, Ryan Newman up top, and Casey Mears is going to get turned. No! And that will bring out the yellow again, and that will pretty much send us overtime now. And Ken Smith hang on to 4th. Out of turn 4, it'll be Kenseth at the line, and this will set us up for a green-white checker finish because Casey Mears got turned, and Paul Menard doesn't even have a hood on that number 27. And I believe Mears actually had to get turned by his own Alliance teammate, AJ Allmendinger. Tough break for Casey Mears running up here inside the top 15, and he's going to get turned by the 47 of Allmendinger. No real reason for that by Allmendinger, but tough break for Mears. So Mears will restart 33rd, and Matt Kenseth, your leader at the line. And yeah, NASCAR will not let us go back green on the scheduled distance, so we will have to go to overtime to finish this race under green. Your top 10 will look like this: Matt Kenseth, Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, Regan Smith, and Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Trevor Bain, David Reagan, Ryan Newman, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. your top 10. Be right back with a restart. Alright, we are getting ready for the green-white checker. Matt Kenseth on the inside. Kyle Larson, can he grab his first career win in that 42 car for Chip Ganassi? What about the two Stewart-Haas teammates, Kevin Harvick and Regan Smith? The two rookies, Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney. And then how about some underdogs, Trevor Bayne, David Reagan, Ryan Newman, and Ricky Stenhouse. Your top 10 coming down to the green flag. We're back underway. And a pretty good jump of the 42 of Kyle Larson to hang on the outside of Matt Kenseth, going down to the turn number 1 to go. There they go, side by side. Here comes Kevin Harvick in third. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway they go. Can they keep it clean and green? And Larson almost had the 20 cleared. Here comes Matt fighting back on the inside line, coming out of turn number 4. They will see the white flag. 1 lap remaining at New Hampshire for race leader Kyle Larson, and they wreck behind him Justin Allgaier. Loose and he spins out. No yellow, I don't believe. And Larson has cleared Kenseth. Down the back straightaway they go now. Kyle Larson, Matt Kenseth, Harvick, and Smith and Elliott. Your top 5, Blaney, Bayne, Reagan, Stenhouse, and Newman. In the turn 3, Matt Kenseth has dominated the race, but he's going to get beaten by the 30-year jobber. His first career win. Kyle Larson will win at New Hampshire. Kyle Larson gets the job done. And after we took the white flag, the caution came out. But you know what? They were able to finish the race. At least your leaders were able to finish the race, which is what we all wanted. And Kyle Larson will win his first career NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race here at New Hampshire after getting the job done by passing the former series champion Matt Kenseth and holding up another former champion Kevin Harvick. And how about a top 5 for both Chase Elliott and Regan Smith? Ryan Blaney a top 10. Trevor Bayne a top 10. Ricky Stenhouse, Ryan Newman. David Reagan a top 10. 11 will be Carl Edwards, Greg Biffle, Kyle Busch, Allmendinger, and Tony Stewart. So now this will make it only 3 spots open to make the chase on points. Edwards and Kyle Busch should be fine because McMurray crashed out, so McMurray might be the guy outside. But his teammate Kyle Larson is in. 13 winners in the first 19 races for 2016, and it is the 30-year driver from Ganassi, Kyle Larson. He is your winner today at New Hampshire. Your results in your point standings, your chase grid on your screen right now after race number 19 of the year for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. In 2 weeks, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series will head to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the running of the Brickyard 400, but before that, the next race on the channel, the Mud Summer Classic 150. Next activity on this channel will be the NASCAR Camping Road Truck Series qualifying video, and then we will have the heat races, the LCQ, in the big main event for the NASCAR Camping Road Truck Series, Mud Summer Classic 150. So we have a lot of great stuff coming up on this channel. Stay tuned. Thanks for joining with us today at New Hampshire, and we will see you next time at Indy for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Congrats to Kyle Larson on win number 1 in the Cup Series here at New Hampshire.